Hey, MTX, Apple Gravy, and Jace, what's going on, guys? How are you guys? So, I'm gonna finish up the line art on this guy, and I think catch up on the color tonight, because I haven't had time to work on him at work like I usually do, so... and then I'm gonna go ahead back to, Missile Bomb's commission, and, I guess Rusty Daggers now, and, we're gonna get some color, or some shading on that, but I wanna take a chunk out of this first, because I'm actually pretty close to wrapping up all these commissions, so I just want to do that, so... Oh, and Stop Sign is joining us, hooray! I don't know why the server went down for a little bit. I don't know what that was all about. It went down at a very inconvenient time, though, because, like, that's when I would have been posting that I was online. So if you guys don't have, like, you know, online notifications turned on for me, then you wouldn't know I was online. Oh, it's server maintenance? Interesting. Unfortunate server maintenance timing, I guess. Unfortunate. It's just weird that, like, only my server went down. I mean, I'm sure other people had servers go down, but, like, as far as the ones I'm following, the Axie Stack was the only one that went down. So, I don't know. But, yeah. Oh. Today was a slightly less chaotic day on my end. I actually got out of work on time today because I had to go pick up the coolest thing ever at the front office. Which was awesome. And just great. So I actually got to leave work a little bit early because the front office, the leasing office signed for my package for me, so... Because Sideshow Toys is awesome and was like, yeah, we're gonna send you this big, huge, really expensive statue thing, but, you know, we're gonna make somebody sign for it because it's fucking huge. And expensive. So, for once I actually got out on time. To put that into context, last night when I had only gotten home at like 7:30, so I basically wolfed down some food and then came and streamed. Which is again what I did today, but today was not because I didn't get out of work on time, it was because I got home and unpacked Toothless and then was just reorganizing my, office and like trying to put things back in the cabinets and whatever, because my office is right now. So. But the important things are off the floor, so... Shay can't play with them now. Shay was attempting to murder my turret collection, which, you know... Those turrets are worth more than she and I combined, so... She needs to chill a little bit on the, turret murdering. What's everybody been up to? Say that like I haven't talked to you in forever, but I talk to you guys every day. You guys are the best. Yeah, that figure is super cool. That was worth every penny, to be honest. I pre-ordered that thing, like, way back in March, too. Or, no, March? Jesus. I don't know why I picked March, of all months. It's not even close to the one I was thinking of, which, of course, was July. But I pre-ordered that so fast. Kind of a little splurge. Kind of a, in advance birthday present, because it was supposed to ship in November originally, and so it was kind of like, you know, a sort of an early birthday present for myself, but it ended up not shipping until now, so... Yeah, it was a pre-order, and, it was supposed to ship in November, but then it got delayed till December, and then it got delayed again to January. Which isn't really a big deal, I'm not that worried about it. You know, it's here now, so I wasn't too concerned. But, I don't know, I decided to spend a little extra. Studying for a test and a quiz tomorrow. Yikes. I always hated taking, like, test stuff. I always knew the information pretty well, but, like, tests and things I was never good at. I don't know, I was always one of those people that just didn't test well. I don't know, standardized tests just kind of aren't my thing. I wasn't really that good in school, just in general. I was always better at art, you know, art and creative stuff. Hey, Retina, what's going on? You're finally... Yes, usually our schedules don't overlap, so... this is what I'm working on tonight. We're doing a whole bunch of commissions tonight, so I'm gonna get the line art and quick do color on this one. And then we'll go from there. I have another commission I'm gonna work on tonight. Hopefully I can get it done, both things done at the same time, but, yeah, so I'm gonna work on this a little bit tonight, too. But these two are kind of the priority. What you been up to? I, like, tried to come to one of your streams the other day, but usually I come to your streams when, I'm at work, and this week has just been the week from hell as far as work goes, so, like, I know I popped into your stream for, like, a half a second and then just disappeared, because it was like, well, things are quieting down a little bit, I could probably watch a stream, and then the entire universe imploded upon itself, and I could not watch streams anymore at work that day. Thanks! The Game Grumps animated go up on the official channel. That's pretty cool. Oh, is that one? Is that the one you were working on the first time I came? Well, not that you remember the first time I came to your stream, but I think I remember watching you work on it. You were working on it recently, right? Like in the last couple months? Like last month or two? Because that's pretty awesome. We're gonna try something. Mostly because I hate drawing belts, and I don't know why I put belts on this character's because they don't really need to be here. There's no reason for them to be here, but I thought they looked cool. I put them here. I don't know why I did that, because I hate drawing belts, but... that. And then I won't have to deal with it. Flawless victory. Avoiding situations! Oh, you got affiliate status! Jeez! Everything's going so good for you! Yeah, speaking of affiliate status and shit, if you guys like, animation streams, go check out Retina Sprite, because he's awesome, and his art is awesome, and it's fun listening to him talk, and just do it. Just do yourselves a favor, go check out Retina Sprite, because he's a good time. You will have fun, I guarantee you. I would never steer you wrong. I would never lie. This axolotl does not lie. Only sometimes. I don't know if this was what a raccoon foot looks like, but that's what it looks like now. I don't think I've ever steered you guys wrong before, so maybe I have. I mean, you joined my channel, so I must be doing something right if you joined me, an actual trash human being. The universe did not like me today either, because Volpine was trying really hard to help me get a an app on my computer that would allow me to upload things to like art to Instagram from my desktop. That's the only reason I don't really use Instagram for like artwork, is because it's so hard to update from the phone. But after I downloaded the app, my work computer got like a shit ton of spam, like it's a Mac, so it can't get, like, viruses, but, like, all of a sudden there was, like, a shit ton of random programs on my computer that I definitely did not put there. So I don't know what happened, because it was totally not Volpine's fault, but it just kind of occurred, and I was like, oh. Interesting. Instagram is the worst, okay? I don't really like Instagram that much, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm using it because I know a lot of other people use it, and, like, I know it's a little bit of that, like, follower mentality, like, oh, I'm gonna do it because everybody else is doing it, but, like, I know that I have followers that primarily use Instagram, and if they're gonna primarily use Instagram, then I should also use Instagram so that they can enjoy my stuff on whatever site they use. Like, I want to be accessible, but at the same time, it's so hard to update to Instagram. Like, digital artists, it's almost impossible. So the way I'm gonna have to do it, since the program Volpine recommended to me, I don't know, it doesn't work very well on Mac for some reason, but I'm having to put my artwork into a Google Drive folder and then download it from my phone and then post it to Instagram from my phone. It's really fucking good. And probably not worth it at all, but because I'm probably gonna get a whole total of, like, 6 extra views there, but hey, you know what? If one person who doesn't like to use Tumblr can enjoy my artwork through Instagram, I'm okay with that. Oh, you know. I just don't like Instagram because it's not very like, it's not accessible to a lot of people. It's very much for photographers, which is fine. I mean, that is kind of, then it's just a social media for photographers, but it's just so hard to use it for, like, any other media. It's not, I don't want to say it's not user-friendly, because if you're using it just for what it's intended for, it's totally user-friendly. You take a picture, you can slap a filter on it if you want, and then you're good to go. And it's good for, like, if you're on vacation, or if you're with you know, a family member and you want to post a little bit nicer picture on social media, fine. But, like, for an artist, it's not that convenient. And so if you're trying to do anything goofy with it, you just can't. I like Insta, but it has issues they need to fix for, like, 7 years. Yeah. I mostly use Tumblr because it's easy to upload stuff to Tumblr. It's not like I prefer the community in Tumblr or whatever, but, like, it's certainly much easier to upload stuff to Tumblr, because you just drag it into the page and the page automatically knows what you're trying to upload and just is like, oh, I got you. They are weird shoes. I don't know if I like them or not, but they're here. They're kind of, like, not style, like, not, material-wise, but style-wise, they're based on Char shoes from Guild Wars 2. Because I liked how, the Char I like how Guild Wars 2 handled, shoes on creatures with paws, because they basically leave the toes uncovered, so they're more like socks. And I don't know, I like that look, because what do you do when you have claws, or, like, toesies, like little fuzzy toesies, you know? What do you do? They're just open. Yeah, they're gonna be open on the ends. My Char has a shoe like that. Or nearby. Yeah, it's like because the char legs are like, and then they have like a little claw on their back, and then their toes are like here. But Char have really long, stupid claws, so their shoes are kind of like, they're like almost shoes. So, like, it's like an almost shoe, and then they cut off at the toe. So then their little stupid claws can stay. I don't like the way Guild Wars 2 did Char paws. I think Char paws look stupid. Yeah, they're open toe. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they are more like sandals. Yes. I guess yes. If you want to get technical, yes, they are. They are technically sandals. Char are the best designed race in any game ever. However, I don't like their hands that much. I think it's kind of weird that their fingers are like 80%. Their fingers are like 80% claw. That bugs me a lot. So when I draw my Char, I draw her with like Zootopia fingers because I just can't stand. But I made this like. All right. That was one of the comments I got from this buyer when I sent the art, was that wanted the tail to be fluffier. I made the tail a little bit thinner for some reason, and I don't know why, but yeah, I like the Char a lot. Especially coming off the high of World of Warcraft, because I had gotten really into World of Warcraft for a while after my dad and I finished the original Guild Wars. You know, we didn't really have anything else to do, and we're not the kind of people that really get into PvP, so we kind of stopped playing a little bit, and then a friend of mine got me into World of Warcraft for a little while, but I absolutely hate the design of the Worgens. I think the Worgens could have been so much more, and their character model is just garbage. And so when I started Guild Wars 2 and I saw the Char, it was just like, oh, yes, you are everything that anthro characters in video, monster characters should be. Perfection. Let's stop before it gets weird. I'm discussing a character design that I enjoy a lot. Okay. That's all it is. I just really like the way Char looks. Okay. Okay. 1. Alright, let's do the other one, and then, yeah. They looked so good in Alpha Beta, and then Blizzard ruined them, but because not pretty enough or whatever. See, the thing is they changed them because they were quote-unquote not pretty enough, but they ended up making them less pretty in the process. And, okay, so apparently I have a very unpopular opinion when I say this, but I actually like the design of the male Char a lot more, the male Worgen a lot more than I like the design of the female Worgen. I hate the female Worgens. They just look awful, in my opinion. Also, I need another window because I don't remember how I drew this character's nose. Let's just avoid situations and do that. Oh, yeah. A Char looks like that. They are kitty. Big kitty. That's a Char. That's a blue Char. That's a Char. That one looks a little bit like Carlia. That's a Char. Dems is Chars. I don't know, they're like cool anthro cats, but like see their shoes are more like sandals where their like feet stick out. I'm just hoping that Blizzard gives them updated models like they did for the other races. They better fucking do that, because... Christ. What, this character? This character is a raccoon fox. Or fox raccoon. I don't know if the order matters, but it's a raccoon mixed with a fox. And I'm kind of excited about it, because I've never gotten to draw that before. It's weird, I got 2 hybrids just in the last batch of commissions. Because the other night we had what was it? It was a deer mixed with a hyena. A tufted deer and a hyena, and then this one is, this one's a fox raccoon. So, it's interesting. I haven't had this many hybrids before. Yeah, they better. I don't know. Apparently people really don't like the male Worgens. The thing for me about the male Worgens is if they're gonna go for like a werewolf species, that's fine. I like the character model because it's kind of gross and ugly in a, they're ugly and they're monstrous in kind of a cartoony way, so it fits. like, the style of World of Warcraft, but the female Worgans are just so awkwardly proportioned, and it really bothers me a lot, because they could have been really good. I wish that Blizzard, in that case, would have committed to a beast female. But Blizzard really has a problem making their females monstery. You know, they just can't seem to commit to that. And it bothers me. It bothers me greatly. Hyena. Oh, that's right. You're a hyena, or she's a hyena jackal. That's right. So actually, that makes three hybrids, all in one batch of commissions. To be perfectly honest, I look at your guys' characters and I just see, like, unique anthro furry creatures. Like, not furry as in, like, I mean, you guys are, but I mean furry as in fluffy. You know, like, you were just, like, vaguely canine, colorful monsters. And that's what they were to me. I didn't, like, identify them as being a particular species, but I guess that makes sense, too. Oh, Worgen. You're asking about Worgens. Yeah. See, like, okay, in the concept artwork, he's really cool. You know, I think they're really awesome looking in the concept artwork. But then in-game, they look like that. And they're just, like... But, like, so that's what a Worgen looks like, and... You know, I think they're pretty cool looking. I hate their paws. Their back paws look stupid, but you know, they're interesting looking, but I don't know, they look like werewolves and they're cool. And then you get this. And they look like, I don't know, first of all, their legs bother the shit out of me. Their legs make me so angry. No, I don't have a problem with furries at all. I don't know, their legs bother the fuck out of me so much. It just, that was their old model, I think. But their eyes are just, everything about female Worgans just make me angry, because they just, I don't know what they were doing. I mean, look at those eyes. They're staring into your soul. And then if you go on, like, Reddit or, like, DeviantArt, you can see, like, people who, like, made the female Worgans better by making their eyes less stupid. Yeah, there's next to each other, a male and a female next to each other. I'm gonna sit here and be angry for a minute. Oh, look at those. Oh, beautiful. Oh, freeze frames. Yeah, check out that wrist. Beautiful. So good. Beautiful. Passively yeah, you are passively a hybrid, you are. Yep. Oh, technically 4 hybrids. Somebody one time actually pointed out what's wrong with their legs, and I don't see the nearby, but like... OCD is kicking me? Yeah. Their legs bug me. Hang on. If I can find it. Somebody pointed out, like, the specific, like, issue with their legs, and I don't see it at all. I don't know. Either way, long story short, female Worgans could have been awesome, and they're not. But Char are great. Char are the best. Char are a great, well-designed species that actually should exist and should be allowed to live. It's really over-feminized, and its legs are broken, and it just, I hate it. Let's talk about Char instead, because Char are awesome. Char are the best. Like I said before, the only thing I don't like about the Char is I don't like their claw hands, so I always draw my Char with, like, Zootopia hands, because I don't understand how they're supposed to pick things up. They have, like... I don't know, they have, like, claws for hands. I just don't get it. They have to, yes, they have to make waifus. Gotta have the waifus. Even though Pixel Bomb has already showed us who the best and most important waifu is, and you no longer need any other waifus in your life because you created the best waifu. Or, by created, I should say, he pointed out the best waifu. I'm gonna toot my own horn for a second, but as I'm looking at the face on the right, I just want to point out how proud I am of those little tiny teeth. Like, his little fang teeth. I'm just so happy about them. I did so good, and I'm so proud of myself. I feel like the little fang teeth kind of make this character a little bit. To be honest, I don't think he'd be quite as charming without the little spiky teeth. Maybe he would be. Oh. Actually, you know what though? I really like all the characters designs in Guild Wars 2. I mean, the humans are a little bit weird and doll-like, and they kind of bug me a little bit, but like, I don't know. Like, the Char look awesome, the Asura look awesome. You know, the Asura are really unique, to be honest. I've never seen anything like an Asura ever. You know, the Sylvari are really cool. The thing that's cool about the Sylvari is that on some of their, if you look really close on some of their skin patterns, their skin actually looks like the anatomical structure of human muscles, and it's really cool. It's such a small detail that if you're not paying attention for it, it's totally there. You notice it a lot when people make, they call them, flayed clown Sylvari. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a flayed clown Sylvari. They freak me out. They're like the worst thing somebody could have ever created in WoW. They're totally, WoW, in Guild Wars. They are entirely not canon, but they are like the worst thing I've ever seen. Snowball? Oh, Mei, the from Overwatch. I was like, who are you talking about? I don't play Overwatch, so I don't really know who that is. Like, I knew who she is, I just didn't immediately make action. Her robot is pretty. In fact, okay, so anybody who doesn't play Guild Wars, I'm about to expose you to the worst thing you've ever seen. This is the worst thing I've ever seen, and it's... This is just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and I hate it. I hate everything about this, but I'm gonna share it with you now, because this is a thing that somebody thought they needed to do. Somebody looked at Guild Wars 2 and said, I'm gonna make a Sylvari that looks like that. So have fun with your nightmares. Enjoy your nightmares. It's like the worst thing I've ever seen. But like, on a less terrifying note, you wanna not be real small? Like, look at their legs. Like, she's got the two muscles that you've got on the back of your leg, and like there's a strip here, and like that's totally like, you know, there's the this one, the triangle shaped one. Like, they have like real, like there's the knee and then the side of the leg. Like, they totally have like muscle structure, which is really cool. It's such a subtle attention to detail, and that's what I like about Guild Wars, is that their art style is a little bit on the subtle side. Like, there's little teeny details like that. It's just cool. What? Your eyes? Yeah, I broke you. Have fun with your nightmares. Basically, you pick a Sylvari with the really defined muscle tone body pattern, and then make it pink, and then congratulations, you now have a blade clown. And now you can give everyone nightmares. Because there are some weird people in the universe who thought that that was something you had to do. Yep. So, congratulations. You've lost. Actually, fun fact, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but fun fact for anybody who plays Guild Wars. Did you know that the reason that the Char have 4 ears is because their top set of ears hear high-range frequencies, and the bottom set of ears hear low-range frequencies. But they have a really hard time understanding mid-range frequencies, and that's like 20% of the reason they hate humans. Because they can't understand what humans are saying half the time. Because they physically can't hear them. It's like a canon thing on the wiki. Go look it up. Like, if you don't believe me, look it up, because that's totally a thing. And I think that's really fucking cool. Again, an attention to detail. They gave the Char a reason to have 4 ears. I've broken the chat. I'm sorry, friends. I shouldn't have done this to you. I told you I loved you, and then I showed you a picture of a flayed Sylvari. Like that time I accidentally killed Toriel. I got her to trust me, and then I stabbed her in the face. I got you to trust me, and then I showed you a Sylvari with no skin. I'm sorry. I'm actually the worst. I broke you all. Choking on my own oxygen. So. I don't know. So, we trash-talked WoW for a second, but let's untrash talk WoW. What was your favorite what was your favorite race in WoW? Or is your favorite race in WoW if you still play? I don't know if I have one, but just curious. Out of curiosity, if you guys do or did play WoW, did you have a favorite race? Is there one you particularly liked? Tauren, hands down, least problematic. Definitely the least problematic. Absolutely. Definitely least problematic. I think if I'm gonna talk based purely on just physical aesthetic, I actually, again, probably unpopular opinion, but I actually really like the Draenei a lot. They're so stupid looking in the best way. Night Elves and Worgen. Oh, I'm sorry, I was totally trash-talking your Worgens. It's not my fault your favorite race has the worst character models in the game, but, you know, their lore is cool. I like their lore. I think their character models look like garbage. In my opinion. Dark Elves? Yeah, they're I'm guessing you're talking about the night, the purple ones. It's not your fault you hate the character models. There you go. I just don't have good taste, apparently. A weird question. Oh dear. Ask away, friend. I wouldn't say that, like, the models are perfect, but I don't know. Something about their character design, I think, is just weird. The male Draenei models are weird, and if, I don't know, like, I don't really know what it is I like about them. Like, they're kind of dumb looking, but I sort of enjoy it. They're a little bit on the meanie side, and I kind of like it. Yeah, they pretty much did, but for some reason, for goat friends, it works. See, I think that's the thing that bugs me about the Worgens so much, is that their anatomy is clearly supposed to be based on wolves, but it's not, and it's really broken because they barely changed the model. And also, the Draenei are just really bright and colorful, and I enjoy bright and colorful, so I'm drawn to them. I actually didn't really play a Draenei. I think I played a Night Elf. But... How does a bird wear a gas mask? Great question. They don't, probably. Although, it would probably be pertinent for me to figure that. Maybe it would look like a, maybe their gas masks would look like a Plague Doctor mask. Because that would actually be really fucking cool. If I'm being honest. I thought more about, by the way, the other day when Dire Crow and we were all talking about, Dire Crow mentioned, brought up Dire Crow because he mentioned a thing about birds and alcohol, but when we were talking about whether or not the Jadoa would drink alcohol, I actually thought about that a little bit, and I kind of want to use both ideas. So what I'm thinking I might do is have it that Jadoa can only... Oh no, I decided the other way. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is have the Jadoa just, they can't drink alcohol, so when they're harvesting things like cactuses, they have to be really careful because it can poison them. I was gonna do it that they can only drink like cactus alcohol, and so like human alcohol kills them, but then I thought that was really morbid because I was thinking about, like, you know, first time the, you know, Jadoa meet humans and the humans invite them to a party and start giving the birds alcohol, and then all of them die from alcohol poisoning, and I just thought that was like maybe a little too morbid. So Jadoa just can't drink alcohol at all, and so when they first like when they first get like human alcohol, they're just like, oh, we probably can't do that. I just decided that I wanted to be a little bit less morbid on that topic. The bloats from KF2 still freak me out. That and crawlers. I don't know what that is, and I'm not sure if I should look it up. And I figured that my birds are World War I so they could make chemical weapons and then regret using them. I think I would like a bag over the beak with a filter so they drink wine. Oh, yeah, I changed it. Mid-sentence I changed it. Hey, Nugget, what's going on? Oh, you're here. We can talk birds for a moment since we are now currently talking about birds. I was gonna come up with something to like help you do birds, and then I ended up organizing my closet and then didn't. Oh, killing floor 2. Okay. We'll look it up. Let's do it. Let's have some nightmares tonight. Do the thing. Doing it. Ooh, yeah. I really fucking don't like him. Do not want. Do not want. What's the other one? Oh god. Crawlers? Yeah, okay. Do not like him. No thank you. That one's a little bit cooler, but still pretty terrifying. Nope. Zoomed in. Still pretty terrifying. Okay. Do not want. Let's close the window. No more nightmares today. Let me, let's pause. Let's pause for un momento. So, bird. So bird, how I bird. Here's how I bird. When you bird, right? I'm gonna try to draw an actual bird though, because Jadoa aren't helpful. As always, you start with circle, right? And then I always try to decide what direction they're facing. Do straight on 3/4. Birds. Fuck this up so bad. It's, when I draw birds, I usually draw like silhouette of their face first, so it's like, okay, that's beak, and then depending on what kind of bird it is, you kind of like I don't know, their eyes are up a little higher too, and their eyes are also on the side of their head, so usually you only draw one eye at a time. And then usually what I'll do is do it like it's like a right angle, so like straight through the middle here. And then that's top of beak and bottom of beak. And then they're like, I'm not drawing a dog, technically. I don't really know how to break down the anatomy. And then they've got like a little cheek area here. So it's kind of like a big, like, I don't know, like a triangle almost here. And then the back of their heads, if you get to the back of the circle you drew and just go straight down. And they have big fat necks, so, you know, you just make a big rectangle. You know, that's just, their neck is just a big rectangle. This is probably not helpful at all, but, that's kind of how you bird. That's how I bird. And, how you bird from the front, you don't. You just avoid drawing your birds from straight on as much as possible. That's how you do it. You just avoid situations. Birds from front are hard. Birds from front are like, you have to like, it's hard because you have to like kind of fudge the, you kind of have to fudge the proportions a little bit. And like, it's technically not really like that. And their eyes are like stupid. It's honestly, I just don't draw thing on birds from the front. You just make a big like pentagon. Yeah, I'll do it. I don't know if this is helpful at all, but yeah, I'll do it. I'll send that to you. So yeah, that's how I bird. It's a lot of, for me, it's a lot of defining the first, defining the main shape. I do the same thing when I do, pretty much anything else, that has a muzzle shape instead of, like, a human face shape. You kind of draw the circle for the head, and then, like, a triangle for the beak or for the muzzle. Like, even on this guy, I had done, like, the rectangle on the front. So, yeah, basic breakdowns, yeah. There's some good tutorials for drawing, muzzles and I think probably beaks on DeviantArt if you are brave enough to look. The thing is, oh, see you later, stop sign, have a good night. Also don't know what time it is. Fucking application, they open. Okay, we're not gonna finish missile bombs tonight. Is basically what's happening here. The thing that's weird about birds is that a lot of them have different face shapes depending on what kind of bird they are. Like, the structure of a bird with a bill is different from the structure of a bird with a small seed-eater beak, and the structure of the beak on, like, of the head on a seed-eating bird, like a finch, is way different than, like, a hawk. And it's not just in the beak shape, there's, like, a little bit of difference in the makeup of the head. What I would do, honestly, is if you're having trouble with birds and you need, like, a specific, like, I kind of drew a crow there, but if you need, like, a specific kind of bird, kind of do what I just did, grab, like, a photo of a bird, you know, and just break down the shapes. In fact, I'll show you guys how to, if you've never done it before. Let's look up a finch. If you're trying to draw a thing and you can't figure it out, grab a picture of the thing you're trying to draw. Just any picture. You don't have to, like, you know, keep it. But grab, like, a picture and draw on top of it. Resolution. Like, usually what I'll do is turn just down a little bit. And then draw your, like, guidelines on top of this. So, like, there's the circle. And so his eyes are up real high, but he's facing this way. And then his little beak is like, and then his eyes there. And this is a fat bird, so his neck area is here. You kind of have to break it down like a human, too. Like, here's his shoulder, so this is where his neck ends. And because this is where his shoulder is, you can kind of picture that his rib cage is probably in here, and then his little stupid arms all tucked in here, and I don't understand how bird wings work when they're folded, and then his hips would be here. So you kind of just, but if I were going to draw this bird from scratch, like if I were going to draw this bird without tracing, I would probably start, with like, you know, head and then egg. You know, it's just, he's just basically an egg. You know, little beak, little eye, then... Bird feet are stupid too, because they turn backwards and their knees are actually up inside their feathers, so actually this is like the top of his hip and then his knee, the Z shape. They're not necessarily based off a specific bird, but like if you have a specific shape in mind, it's not bad to like quick trace over a bird and just see if you can get the anatomy down. Oh hey Rusty! Glad you could stop by for a tiny bit. It actually kind of works out that you're only here for a little bit, because I was gonna work on your commission tonight and then didn't get to it, so I don't think I'm gonna get to it because I really want to finish the line art on this one so that I'm all caught up. So maybe next stream we'll finish yours. In fact, definitely next stream we'll finish yours. I will that'll basically be the commission rush for next stream. Is next stream probably gonna be... If I'm doing Undertale on Saturday, it'll be Sunday. I guess it'll be the next art stream. I feel like I haven't been doing that much art lately, though. Maybe we'll do another, like, half and half stream on Saturday. Maybe we'll do, like, an hour and a half of, maybe we'll do, like, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours of art, and then switch to Undertale. I don't know. Birds are just flappy eggs, confirmed. Yes. Cool. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hit Arenis up. Arenis is good with birds. Yeah, dudes. Yeah, I mean, yours aren't based on a specific type of bird, but it helps to understand the anatomy of an actual bird before you can, like, manipulate their face shape. Although, your character kind of has more of, like, a bird-dragon face. Because when I was drawing her, I didn't draw, like, from a specific... I didn't even, like, go up and look a bird that had, a similar shape. I just drew her beak, you know? So, I don't know. It depends, I guess. I'm doing a D&D campaign with my girlfriend and her coworkers. We are both bird characters. Aw, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, trace on top of stuff, man. Even trace on top of, like, okay, it sounds really counterintuitive because you're not supposed to trace shit, according to literally everyone, but, like, seriously, do it. If you can't figure something out, if something's not making sense, or, like, you know, you think you've got it right, but you're not sure, go grab a photo, like a real-life photo of whatever it is that you're trying to draw, even if it's in a cartoony style. Just grab a photo of whatever it is you're trying to make, and trace on top of it, because even if it doesn't look how you want when you're done with it, it'll teach your brain, like, how the forms work together on the real thing, and then you can go back and go, oh, okay, I see why this doesn't, you know, using a bird as an example, if you were trying to draw a cartoony version of a real bird, which it's not the same for an anthro as much, but, like, if you're trying to draw, like, a cartoony sparrow, and you can't quite get its face to look right, and it doesn't look anything like a sparrow, go get a picture of a sparrow, trace the sparrow, and when you come back, you will look at that sparrow, and you'll go, oh, I made the beak too fat. That's why it doesn't look like a sparrow, and you'll fix it. Before you teach your brain what that thing is supposed to look like, your brain will have no idea why it looks wrong. I'm having the same trouble at work right now with some animations we got from our animation studio. To me, they look really good, but I'm afraid my boss isn't gonna like them. But I have no idea what to tell the animation studio to do with them, because I don't use After Effects. So I don't really know what's possible for them to do with the stuff, so I wouldn't even know what to ask. Like, it's not like I could go, oh, this character needs to glow more, or something needs to fly through the screen, or, you know, make this transition different, because I don't know how any of that stuff works. So it's hard for me to make suggestions because I don't know what it's like. So when it comes to art, it's the same thing. If your brain doesn't know how to interpret a piece of information, it's never going to be able to do it. I also just rambled for like 4 minutes without reading the chat. Hang on. Friday night I will be occupied because I take Friday nights off so I can play video games with my family. So unfortunately I will not be around for group voice chat. But... Alright, Rusty, see you later. Don't hang around too long. Don't bust your internet. Yeah, Nugget, your birds have a kind of a specific, kind of a specific look to them. They're like vaguely bird-like, but they're not like 100% bird-like. That makes sense. You know, like they obviously have feathers and things, but they're a little bit raptor-y as well. So maybe some pictures of like raptors would be helpful. I don't know. I have no idea what this line is. Don't ask me why this character's wearing a maid outfit. I was asked to draw it, and I did it. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't have I don't have an explanation. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I don't have a reason. I was an animator for a studio, and the first day I walked in, they were like, "You can animate in After Effects, right?" And I had only done it once, so I kind of had to learn on the job. Yeah, I'm doing that a lot too. I don't know anything about Flash or well, I don't know anything about Flash specifically, but I know very little about After Effects. Like, if somebody said, "Hey, I need you to put a," like, for example, my intro and outro title cards have a bokeh effect on them. I know just a vague enough amount of After Effects to know how to, like, go through the process of making that effect. Like, I can follow a tutorial and everything will make sense and I won't have to pause every 4 seconds to, like, figure out what they're clicking on. Like, I vaguely know where stuff is, but not enough to, like, make my own thing. If that makes sense? So, but Animate, I know nothing about. I don't know anything about Adobe Animate, and I've been learning a lot from one of my coworkers, because anytime one of our animators sends in something that looks stupid, but it's like something we can fix, you know, like if the background's a bad color, or if they didn't clip out a certain piece of audio that they were supposed to clip out, or something's not, like, in the right spot and the character literally just needs to be centered, I now know how to do all that stuff because my coworker showed me how to. So, you know, a little bit. It's because, well, the reason they're a little bit raptor-like instead of bird-like is because they've got, their beaks are kind of flat, almost. And I don't know, it's cool. I like it because it makes, they're not, like, straight-up birds. They do have, like, a little bit of almost a dinosaur quality to them, which makes them look like they maybe were like a really ancient species that's just survived forever. I don't know, maybe I know nothing about, like, the specifics of that species, but I think they look really cool. I like that they're sort of dinosaur-esque. I think that's a cool feature of them. After Effects is strange. There are a lot of really good online tutorials. Yeah, that's the nice thing about After Effects, is that it, there's so many tutorials, and it's really easy to do. You know, if you think of something, like, you see a YouTuber who has a really cool effect on their stuff, and you just go, I want to do that. You can literally look up how to do a rain effect in Adobe After Effects, and it shows you how to do it. I hate Flash. I used it for GG Anim when I was used to Toon Boom. Flash is really counterintuitive, and half the time I animated, I was fighting the program. I don't like Illustrator for the same reason. I think I find Illustrator to be very counterintuitive. I think it's really difficult to use, and it's not user-friendly at all. And there's so many little things in Illustrator that should be easy to do that aren't easy to do. But, like, even the littlest thing, like changing the color of an object. If you don't, like, deselect the thing you're holding on to, it just does not work. It's a powerful program, and I'm not gonna pretend like it's the worst Adobe program, because it's not. It's a good program. It's just, it's not user-friendly, and I think that hurts it a lot. Didn't have ice cubes in this drink before, but it looked like it should have ice cubes. So now it has ice cubes. I am just on, like, a critique rant tonight. I don't know. I'm still, like, real salty from Undertale, so I think that's what it is. I don't know, is 2 ice cubes enough ice cubes? I just realized that when I color this, I now have to design... I have to decide what's actually... Also, just realized I charged this for gray, but I think I go easy on you guys with the I think I go easy on prices a little bit. Like I kind of look at it, I think about how long it's gonna take me, and then I reduce it a little bit. It's mostly just for fun. I made my resume in InDesign, which is a much better program. InDesign is better and it's easier to use, in my opinion. I am like color critical. I am like coming for everyone. No one is safe. I don't know. I don't even really use a resume that much, to be honest. Never really used it for anything. But like, I think. You should still have one, by the way. I'm not saying you should resume. I'm just saying I didn't use it as much as I thought I would use it. Here's a fun tip for glass, by the way. You probably noticed they did it up here, but glass distorts things sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's easier just to make it look like it does. It definitely does it through. So, I want to make glass look cool. Offset all your lines while they're inside the glass. Now it looks like glass. Hey, guys, we did a thing. I finished a thing. Okay. So we're caught up on that. I got 40 minutes. Well, that's not really enough time to get started. Okay, let's just... Okay, this commission rush, unfortunately, or maybe entirely different. Actually, let me go drop some shadows in on it. Put the base on this, and then I'll drop some shadows in on some other stuff, and, so the time. Select, modify... That's all set to be colored. But I don't really feel like going to get the reference, so I'm not going to. Let's drop some highlights on. Let's drop some highlights. Let's do it. Highlights? Shadows. I meant shadows. I meant the other one. Multiply. That's a terrible color. Let's not use that color. Darker. Brighter and less bad. Okay. I guess the hand can... How long is this? Oh. I thought it was Steven Universe for like a half a second. And I was really confused because I didn't think Dire Crow would put Steven Universe on my playlist, but you know, I don't know. Not that I'm opposed to it. I like the Steven Universe soundtrack, it's great. But so step 1 is making the worst shadows possible. That's step 1. Make your shadows look like garbage. But you get them in. You get your light source, you figure it out. Make it beautiful later. That'll come down here a little bit. I'm gonna exaggerate that a little. Love the one with the goggles. The funny thing about the goggles was this person wanted The thing about that's funny about the goggles is that this character is a raccoon fox. So when the buyer asked me to do him in like a spy cat suit, and he was like, I feel like you should have some kind of eyewear, but that's probably kind of redundant on a raccoon. And I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Because that's kind of like the funny part of it to me, is that like, yeah, he's a raccoon, but he's wearing a bandit mask. Like, entirely just doing a bandit mask. Do you have any advice on color in Photoshop, specifically filling large areas? I always had a hard time with it. Let me show you a thing. Let me teach you with... So, I'm gonna do it on this character. So, say you want to color in her hair. His hair. Sorry. You want to color in the hair. And you know you want the hair to be this color. But you don't feel like coloring in all the hair. Right? As you do. You just don't want to. So you make your layer. And you click on the line art layer. And you select all of the space. I don't know how you do this if you don't do line art. But if you do line art, it's real easy. Don't ask me for tips about not line art. Because I'm probably not that helpful. So you select anything that you want to be that color. Then you go to select, modify, expand. Depending on the thickness of your line art, you'll have to fiddle with this a little bit. Sometimes I use 1, sometimes I use 3. On very rare occasions I go for 2. On very rare occasions I go for 3. 2 is usually the one I go for. But what that does is it expands the area of your selection to cover more area. And it pushes the boundary of your color fill to just inside the lines. So now, what you can do is you can go back to your color layer, or if you're not doing it like me and you just have like a separate floating layer for it. Actually, so you've got this layer just for your colors, and you just use the bucket tool and fill it in. And now there you go. You got hair. You don't want to do skin. You don't feel like fiddling with skin. You don't want to draw the skin. You know, you just select all the areas that have skin. That's it. That's all there is. And you do the same thing. You do select, modify, expand. You expand. And I'm going to give this character the worst skin possible. Because I'm doing this real fast. But you just pull it in. Done. Beautiful. That's... Make sure you flip it off the line art layer, though, because it will totally fuck your line art if you don't do it on a different layer. Oh, hey, Sully. What's going on? How you doing? So, I also missed the neck, but that's how I fill in large areas of color. I prefer the feeling of going in and actually coloring it myself. So, I tend not to do it on, especially on small areas that the selection tool's gonna kind of suck at. The selection tool doesn't always work, and so it's not good for, like, small areas, but, it's good for large areas. Been using Clip Studios for a few months. You're trying to get back into Photoshop. Yeah, usually what I do, and I'll show you guys why I do it. When I'm coloring, sometimes I get confused, especially on areas like this where there's 2 different color shifts. So usually what I'll do is I'll make this layer, which is just a base layer, and it fills in all the line art. So that way, as I'm coloring, you know, I can... as I'm coloring, instead of having to, like, go along the edges, like, if I had this layer by itself, instead of going along the edges and having to be, like... Oh, shoot, I messed that up. Oh, okay. Oh, nope, messed it up. Outside the line. Instead of having to go outside the lines, you just do that selection tool trick, and you just make one layer that's the base color. And this is all... everything inside this is inside the lines. So, I'll even unclip this for you. See the madness that is beneath the clipping mask. See, all these colors all go outside the lines, because basically what I do is I do all the color, and then I clip the color to this base, and now it's all colored in. So if I wanna color the hair a different color now, I can go all over the place. I can go anywhere I want with this brush, and it will always stay inside the lines because it's clipped to layer 10 or whatever you need. And then I pick a particular color, because then if I'm, like, shading, I can turn off the colors and look at just the shading with nothing else interfering. I have no other gradients or lines or anything to worry about. It's just the raw shadow. Clipping masks are the best thing ever. It might not be a particularly phenomenal way to do it, but you know, it certainly uses an extra layer, which can, if you're somebody who works with a lot of layers. The other thing I like about doing this is that if I did something like this and grabbed a color, all I need to do is just pick up the base background color and I'm back on track. So, that's how I break it down. I have a really specific number of layers that I always use. I always have the base layer with a color layer, a shadow layer, and a highlight layer clipped to it. If I'm doing any other extra details, like if I need an extra layer of shadow or an extra, layer of highlights, or if I'm gonna put an extra gradient on, or if I need like an ambient light, I clip all that stuff to the base so that it doesn't get lost and confused. The other thing, I always have the line art layer on top, not clipped to anything. And if I'm gonna change the color of the line art, I either do this, I don't know what this is. Transparency lock, I think. Yeah, lock transparent pixels. I either do that and just color on top of the line art, or I clip a layer to it. It depends on how I'm feeling. You can do it either way. That's not one that's like, oh, that's... It just, it depends on how I'm feeling. Yeah, so that's a quick tutorial on how Axie works time. I imagine it takes a little bit to come back to Photoshop after being away from Photoshop for a little while. I don't know if I like this color, but or am I gonna color the fox? Yes, I'm gonna color the fox next time though. Because I only have 10 minutes and I don't have time to go look for the reference art. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna jump through all of these and I'm gonna just throw some color on, shadows on real quick, so that next time we can just blow through a whole bunch of these. Because what ends up happening is I spend a lot of time on one commission, and then I don't spread out the love to all the other commissions. That's why I've been doing this commission rush style, because then I focus a little bit on everybody, and it's kind of an assembly line. It's kind of like, okay, everybody's got their shadows. Okay, everybody's got their colors. The reason that the... Oh, no, I shouldn't. It's a shame. Yeah, the reason that the fox raccoon ended up behind was because I had been working on it at work and I left my flash drive at work, so I didn't have the most recent version of the file at home the first day I did a commission rush stream, so the fox ended up a stage behind everybody else because I didn't have the correct file, and I didn't want to redo all the line art just for the sake of having it. So the fox ended up a little bit behind. The plan was tonight to finish the line art on the fox and then color him, but I ran out of time. So I'm just gonna do shadows real quick, and then that'll be the end of the stream. Unfortunately, I can't stay up too late. I got work and stupid stuff like that. But at least tomorrow's Friday, so you know, that's a thing. But Friday is good. But, so I might actually get, well, I don't know how much. I don't know if I like it. Actually, I dig that color. That's nice. I tried jumping back into coloring with just the bucket tool, forgot how bad Photoshop is. That's why you do the selection, the modify expand, because otherwise the lines fill in all stupid. But that'll go roughly there. Adjust for body. Naked body. I'm glad you're excited about it. Yeah, I was bouncing around a little bit this time, just kind of testing a new way to do commissions. So I like doing it this way because I feel like I give everybody a little bit of attention. It kind of sucks because then you guys don't get your own, like, quote-unquote episode. It's not like Thursdays are always this person or whatever. But, you know, it's, I don't know. I like doing it this way because I feel like I'm giving all my commissions a little bit of attention and I don't feel like I'm slacking on one. So, yeah, actually, speaking of that, since we got 10 minutes left, I'm thinking on, Saturday what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do, like, half Commission Rush, half, Undertale. So I think on Saturday at, like, from, like, 8 to probably 10, I'm gonna do art, and then we'll do Undertale for the... which is... That's how my That's how my weekend streams usually go. It's kind of, I say until 11, but it's usually so. Yeah, that's kind of the plan for Saturday at the moment. The plan for Saturday at the moment is to do some more commission stuff and then do, so that's the plan if all goes well. But Fridays are my day off to spend time with my family. So unfortunately no stream tomorrow, but hey, you know, you guys get me 6 out of the 7 days. I was about to say 4 out of the 5 days. you guys get me most of them. It's so funny. I used to hate structure, and now it's fascinating to me. Thanks. I like this character's design a lot. I'm really happy with how this character's coming out. Let's do an adjustment and just see. I like this blue color, but sort of like the teal color, but what other? I'm always really drawn to the warm shadows, though. I don't know, what do you guys like better? Do you like this, like, cool shadow? Like, almost grayish shadow? Like, more of a... like a warmer purple color? Sort of like that like, pinky color, but I always use pink for the shadows, because it's a nice, like, warm, inviting color. I find I'm always blue shadow contrast the yellow. I'm always drawn to the warm shadows. It's a kind of a problem. Okay, we'll stick with the blue then. Alright, tufted deer, shaded. Sort of vague shading. It'll just make it faster for me. Clean it up. Alright, last one. Let's get some colors down. Clipping mask, multiply. You like the purple and the pink. You're now at odds. We must fight each other to the death. I always go with the pink and purple. Let's do blue. For difference sake. Before I do any one. I guess we'll do the light source this way. Like, a little bit of glow on his scroll, probably, and will help me do face a little bit. Put it in there. I don't think I'm gonna stick with this particular shade of blue, but gotta get something down. This method's not very good for pieces like this where there's lots of This is gonna take this is a good Saturday cleanup, because I'm a little bit messy at the moment. There's a lot of little things like the backpack that need more specific detail, but it's just kind of to get the idea down, you know, where are the shadows probably gonna go. Figure it out later. I ended up talking about my process a lot tonight. I care about that. Oh, Sully, that's cool. I never really thought to use text-to-speech to do writing, honestly. Sorry, I totally missed your comment. Yeah, no, that sounds like it worked out really well if you got that much done in an hour. Okay. Did you have to do a lot of editing to get it to work then? Because I feel like I would say and ah a lot. I don't trust it to not properly get grammar. This is for Missile Bomb / Rusty Dagger Alliance, of their D&D, their friend group's D&D campaign characters. I've been working on it during the commission rushes, a little bit. So we're gonna try to finish this one up on Saturday, I think, because this one's gonna take the most work to finish, I think. So I want to knock it out sooner rather than later, just because it's kind of a effort-intensive piece. Like, single characters are kind of easy for me because you just pick a light source and you just go with it. But this one, all the characters are kind of playing off each other. Like, actually, take a shadow there from that here. Give me a shadow here from the back. You kind of have to think about where all the characters are in relation to one another. And it's a little bit intensive, so. Alright, let's pick a shadow color. I feel like these guys need light. There are a lot of worms too, so the blue's probably good. I think that's kind of nice. We should probably make it a little bit lighter though, not quite as intense. Yeah, I kind of dig that. Okay. That owl is quite fabulous. He's a very cool character design. I like him a lot. Alright. So, I think that's where we're at. So we got, yeah, I got two. So we got Missile Bomb's got shadows down, so on Saturday we'll just clean up the shadows and make it look pretty. Fox Raccoon needs color, which we'll do next time. Mage's character has color, and has vague shading that we'll get to next time, and this one's got vague shading. So, with that, I think I'm done for the night. Got all caught up on everything, I think, so. Yeah, so we'll work on this stuff a little bit Saturday. And then we'll do some more Undertale on Saturday also. See if there's anybody to raid. Anybody have any artist friends that are streaming right now? Because I don't have anybody to raid, and I want to raid some. The Axie Stack hasn't gone and raided anyone in a while. I think the Axie Stack needs to go topple into somebody's stream. I think we gotta go give somebody some love. If not, I don't know. I was gonna scroll through the tag and pick somebody random, but I don't know. I feel like we gotta go bug somebody. Negatory. He's not online. That. Let me scroll through the tags and hi. A brand new soul. Well, welcome. I'm glad you came and hung out again. I know art streams aren't for everybody, but you know, glad you came to hang out. I'm glad you all came to hang out for a little bit. After the long week I've had, it was nice to hang out with you guys for a little while. Let me see. Oh, wait, what? Nugget? Anybody have any artist friends you want me to, Yeah, anyway, Salmon Crumpet, you should join the Discord. We have much art, and Axolotl has given you the link. I'm looking through the art tag. I want to raid somebody, because we haven't done that in a little while. But I'm looking for somebody who has like a median amount of viewers, because I don't want to scare the shit out of a newbie by dropping, how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of you into their chat. I know my first week here, I would have been scared shitless if somebody dumped... Axolotl's link still broken? Oh, you know what? Copy the link instead of clicking the link. I don't know what's wrong with that link, but it's broken. I need to fix it. Try, highlighting and copying that link. Maybe? That's a little goofy. Oh. Oh, I see me. Oh. So bad at picking art streams. Everybody's so good. Then I get nervous. Here, this person's... Maybe we need a Yes, Axobottles is a permalink, yes. It's 100% a permalink. I don't know why it's being derp. Here, let's go bother this person. I wonder if you can raid yourself. That would be really funny. This person's drawing a small group of anthro characters, and he seems interesting. So let's raid him. This random person is about to get a large pile of axolotls in his chat, and I'm probably gonna scare the shit out of him. But let's do it. Let's destroy all the things. We'll have to test that sometime, see if we can raid ourselves. But, alright, friendos. I will see you later. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I will see you on Saturday for art and games. So, I will see you guys later. Bye!